Hey everyone, Dan here. I wanted to actually do a cool card trick for y'all, especially since I've been away for so long. I think you'll enjoy it, especially the magicians. It begins like this. I'm going to actually remove a playing card. Actually, we're going to go with two playing cards in particular. Let's go with that one and let's say this one. Yeah. So we're going to use today the Three of Hearts and the Queen of Spades in this case. And we'll divide these two cards into about two piles. And the spectator is going to help me out. And they're going to do the following. They're going to use their intuition. And it's going to happen on impulse. Here's what I mean. They're going to mix up the cards. And they're going to decide if this card is red or if it's black. Okay? And then I'm going to try to leave it up to chance. So in this case, I say, okay, just a little sample. Do you think this card is black or do you think it's red? And let's say they say it's red. I'll show this first one. They would have got it. Very nice. Okay, so the rest, I leave it to them. So leave it to them, they take it, and then they start dealing it out. Maybe two there, one there, two. Oh wow, they're going with like five there. 1, 2, 1, maybe like this for a bit. And they end up like, you know, and that. Okay? And they end up like that for their piles. Cool. Very good. They're doing a great job. And then as for the rest of the piles, let's keep on going. I'm going to remove two cards. Let's go with this one. Let's go with, let's use this one. Okay? We're going to change it a little bit. So now there was the black pile will now be the red pile, and this red pile will now be the black pile. I want to use the other part of your brain, make it in reverse logic to see if you can really do this. It's all prediction. So here we go. Mix it up for you, and then go for it. Do your best. Okay, they deal like this, maybe like this, there, 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 and they deal however they so choose. But this based on prediction, using their impulse to make sure they got it. Okay. And so let's say there. Okay. Okay. So here's how we're going to do this. Okay. I want to do this in slow motion. It's C, because you did all of this, and the spectator can admit they're doing all of this. Half of it is just them doing everything, which is so great about this effect. Okay. So they dealt however they wanted. You saw it. It just wherever. Okay, now I'm going to start by slowly showing how you did. Okay, let's start with the red pile right here. Okay, you got 1, 2, 3, maybe you got them all. Not bad. They can see that. They can go to the back pile, the 10 of close pile. Okay, they can also see black card, all black cards, and they got it all there. Then they must have got it all over here as well. All perfectly decided. Every single last decision. Wow. They predicted it all. That is amazing. From each pile. Give yourself a round of applause. So, I hope you enjoyed that thus far. If you can, give this video a like, and I believe it was based on another principle that I'll link, if need be. Though this is just, or another trick related to this, my other version. This is Sean's Out of This World with a minor tweak in handling. So it is originally Sean's, my friend and mentor, Sean Tren. It is his, and then it was just such a great trick that we as magicians, here's a quick history, we as magicians would just love to do an easy out of this world that's can possibly be impromptu or just a simple setup, go into it, blows minds, you don't really have to think about it. It's lovely, and this handling just meets that. And so me, Sean, and my buddy Trenton, we all use this effect interchangeably and blow minds. It's just wonderful. So let's get into the nitty gritty. You want to do this with a full deck of cards and without the jokers, because jokers will just create confusion. So remove this beforehand, just toss aside, or just say you don't need jokers. You can be open about it, it's no big deal. And then you have to separate the pack. Now you can actually do this. Let me actually do this. I'm doing this live. I don't want to do cuts because I just like to be raw with y'all. So here's the thing. Here we go. Now we're set up in red black. There's a couple of different ways you could go into it. You could start with the deck in color separated into blacks and reds if you want. And what you can do, put inside your card box, you're all set up, and then just do a red-black shuffle or fall shuffle. In essence, that you grab the lower third of the pack, okay? Jog the top card right here. I'm going to try this slowly so you get from the back third. Jog a card, and then shuffle off the rest. And then you can try to cover the jogged card if you want by shuffling back and forth. And in essence, if you look from the bottom, you can see it. I got my break right there. So my thumb just lifts at it. There's a giant gap right here. You can see it. I'm grabbing the lower packet, and then boom. And what's great is none of the cards moved. All you do is shuffle the reds into the reds and then put everything back. So it's cool. So again, lower third packet, which is all red cards, okay, as you can see. And again, it's in black and then reds in this case, okay. Take a lower section of the red cards, okay. Jog the top card, shuffle the rest off. Okay, I'm just being casual, and you say, I want to do something amazing for y'all. You're hyping up, you're being casual. It looks like you're just shuffling the cards. Cool. Then thumb lifts up, okay, and then grabs the lower packet, and then just toss it, packet over, and then boom, you're all set. Blacks over here, reds over here. Okay. That's one way. Another way is that you can actually start with the cards shuffled, and you can actually be able to cull them if you know how to cull. I do have some videos on that as well on the channel. If you type in cull, Evolving Magic, always lovely. And what you can do is you can actually cull the cards out. You're just saying, hey, I want to be fair with you. You can look through all the cards and just cull the whole setup. But here's one tip when you're doing it. If I had a second packet, here, I'll just use this packet as an example. Okay, real fast. When you do start it, you want the top card to be of a contrasting color than this one. It'll make the culling a lot easier, so you just do the full color separation. I'm just going to speed it up, just showing you the end result really fast, because these cards aren't really the type for culling. Anyways, so we color separate. Here we go. Through the culling method, we get all the cards to the back. Is just square it. So we're in this position with the cull. Here's how we can get into the trick. So the top card is red, all the rest are black. And you're like, you could just do a slip cut or something. I just do a quick, I get a break on the top card, do a double undercut. All the reds are where they should be, all the blacks are where they should be, and then you're all set, which is amazing. So that's if you want to do the cull. There is the original method mentioned and this trick is based off the, and I should have mentioned this earlier, it's based off the Commercial Magic by J.C. Wagner's type of Out of This World, but it had mistakes. And so we as magicians removed the mistakes and then made it a powerful effect and simplified it, which is really cool. And then this idea, the two ideas I gave you, is some of my own handling, just to be able to speed up the process. So as you saw in the presentation, it just went by smoothly. So now that we've got the deck set up, I've given you some methods going into the trick. Okay, we've got this. So what we do is we say, okay, we've done our shuffle. We just want to mix with the cards a little bit. We're just having some fun. Okay, I'm going to go through the pack, and what you're doing is you're going through and removing. You're doing a couple things. First thing is removing one of the red cards, up jogging them. Okay, now you're going to, as you see the separation of the red cards and black cards, okay, you're going to down jog the first black card in this case, the upper section of this section right here. You're going to down jog the lowermost card and then continue on. Like, just be casual, you can be sloppy with it if you want, but just make sure it's clear enough that you can cut this card when you need to. And you will in just a bit. And then you go, I'm going to use this one, and you can maybe down jog that card and then just up jog another. You go, okay, but that one. What I tend to do is I tend to go for one picture card or one high card, and then one contrasting card like a spot card, like 10 of spades in this case, or 10 of spades in this case, ace diamonds. Okay, so then I remove them and I can openly show them. Tennis, I'm going to use a black card and red card. In this case, 10 of spades and ace diamonds. Being very casual, very upfront. People think nothing's happening yet and you're about to do something cool that sets up the entire effect. really nicely. It's very clever. Magicians will appreciate this. Remember that break we had right here? This is now going to be useful, okay? We are going to now lift up, not down, but lift up at the break, taking that one black card into the red pile, okay? Squaring everything up, getting a break, and in this case it is, we got one black card right here, we got a break below the black card that's standing right here. We got the rest of the red pile all right here, okay? And then below everything else is all the rest of the black pile. So black card with red pile, okay? Now we get a break underneath, okay? And then we just drop off a packet, okay? We just drop off the packet right here, okay? And we just go, okay, and we're gonna use that pile for now. And I just toss this one, or in this case, my bad, my apologies. Yes, we drop that off. It was correct. I was correct in this case. We drop off the lower pile at the break, okay? Drop it off. And then from here, we take this upper pile and then we start shuffling it, okay? And the context is, going back, we got the break, setting it down, and we're going to use a pile. Let's just say this, okay? And you're just nonchalant, nothing seems out of the ordinary. And in this way, you actually got all the black cards. So again, red card right here, with getting one black card, we lift it up, got attached to the black card to the red pile. Okay, we turn the hand down, drop the pile, come back up, take this upper pile, and then give it a quick shuffle and you say, okay, here's what we're going to do. And then you tell the spectator, you're going to take the pile in just a sec and you're going to use your intuition, okay? So we're going to be using our intuition to see if you can be right, or just how accurate you are in your prediction or ESP, whichever your presentation. Or you can even totally change it up, whatever you feel like. And then we are going to deal cards. I tend to do it like an explanation so it's very clear for them. We're going to deal cards, whether it be black or whether it be red in this case. And if you don't know which pile this is during your performance, it happens. You can tilt down the card so you can get a little peek so you know which pile this is. In this case, black. Okay? And you say whether it be red or black. And I want to be absolutely fair. So you get rid of this top card just to seemingly demonstrate fairness. Okay? One quick example so you get a test run what it's like. Okay? Do you think this card is black or red? Whichever you decide. In this case, let's say they say, I just say for them, let's say they say black. You go, okay. And just so you can peek the first one, because you already know the pile, you go, oh, very good job. Okay. Give the pack a quick shuffle, hand it off to them. Since you've been nonchalant about it, they never even check the pile, which is great. Just deal it. You just deal it. And then they start dealing however, okay. Now, it doesn't really matter how they deal, which is great. All decisions, they feel like they make decisions, but they're not. And in essence, now we've just dealt the whole black pile onto here, which is correct, and then incorrect. And this is great because we're going to fix it in one move, which is lovely. But everything seems incorrect. You're like, wait, what? This doesn't make sense, but it will. Okay, so they dealt the cards out, deciding whichever one they thought, if it's black, if it's red, whichever, okay? And you don't have them deal like this necessarily, but just for demonstration purposes. I mean, it does work, but I don't encourage it, okay? And then from here, we take the cards, and because we're already shuffling them, or we've seemingly shuffled them, this next action seems logical, even though it's not really necessary. To the spectators, it doesn't, but I create naturalness through it, okay? This is what we're going to do. We're going to take the half the lower pile of this other packet, okay? And then just shuffle it very casually. And we're going to use this pile as well. And then we turn it up. What we're doing, in essence, is we're taking the one solo black card on top of a otherwise red pile, and we're taking half the cards and just shuffling that card into the middle very casually, okay? And it just seems casual. Okay, just mix them. And I'm going to move 2 cards, okay? In this case, this one, and you can vibe if you want to change it, whichever. And though a contrast does make it a little better. So we're going to remove 2 cards. In this case, the King of Diamonds is now the red pile, and in this case, what was the red pile is now the black pile by the 2 of Clubs. Okay? And then they're going to, so you can see it, visual representation. I'm not sure because of the angle of the camera. Anyways, so then I say good luck. I should give the cards a quick shuffle. Just a little overhand shuffle. It's just so cool to do. And especially if you're doing old school card magic, it just feels so good just doing, you know? Anyways, so then they start dealing cards however they feel. And so blah-de-blah. They're just, you know what it is. They're just dealing red cards over here. But you're like, this pile's still wrong. We'll fix it. Don't worry. It's going to blow your mind. Okay? As we're going through this, okay? And you're going, I know some of you are so excited and got already ahead of this, and you're just like so excited as you're going to send, but we'll go through it slowly. So we start with the pile, in this case, on my left. Okay? Practice makes perfect. And then we say, let's see how you did. Okay? We can even separate the pile like this, okay? I always tend to start with the lower pile, okay? We start dealing it face down. You could deal it face down or you could deal it face up as I did. Whatever feels right to you. You start saying, let's see how you did. Maybe you didn't make it. Okay, that's 1, 2, 3. Maybe you could build a presentation that they're, you know, you're not sure if they're going to do it. And then they just say, wow, you nailed it. And everyone's like, wait, what? Check that out. No way. Then the red card over here, this is the correct pile, okay, right behind it. And then you say, yeah, you could turn it face up and just deal it. Wow, you're really, and you could show them like this, just spread, drop it. You're really doing good. Give them that affirmation. And this is affirmation helps with the misdirection of what's going to happen, okay? Very carefully, watch closely. We're then going to grab all the cards below this red ace of diamonds right here. So below, everything below, you take it and you leave this ace of diamonds, okay? So you scoop everything up, okay? And then you flip everything over. And by doing that, you flip the orientation of the piles and make everything correct. So as you spread it, you can say, and look, you can even see over here, all the red cards, and then all, and then as you're saying all, you take that face down card, you turn face up. It just seems like more affirmation to them. All black cards. You nailed everyone perfectly. Give yourself a round of applause. And it's just amazing. I think it's so beautiful. Again, let's go over it one more time because I know everyone's going to say, again, this is crazy. It's wild and you get crazy reactions for not much effort. And spectated is the most of it. Well seated. It's amazing. So again, red, black, okay. You say we're going to use 1 card over here, 1 card over, no, do I want to use a different one? Let's just use these 2. And in this case, I just, you know what, I should have a contrast. You see, the great part about this is you can change your mind. It's so lovely. So then you put the right there, okay, and we're going to use 2 piles, okay. Let's just mix it on up, okay. So I'm gonna need your help, and then you, as we've already discussed, they are going to use their ESP Psyche to be able to determine where they think it's the red cards on black cards, usually single cards. You don't want to get trolled, but even if you do, it works out, which is lovely. Okay, I'm going to go through these cards. Yeah, I should make an even mix just to be extra random when you do it. And I'm going to do these 2. Yeah, let's do these 2. Okay, now that what was the black pile will now be the red pile. Okay, to further reverse your brain rolls to see if you can really do this. Black card, they decide however they want to do it. I shuffle the cards. They deal out however. Really doesn't matter, which is lovely. And then we start with the left, showing them how they did, taking this pile, turning it face up 1 at a time, slowly, because this is their first time singing. You really want to sell this reaction. Whoa. Second one, red pile, you turn it face up. And then they can slowly see, whoa, you're doing it. And you want to go slow so they can really embrace everything. This is just an overview because I've already done it. We go to this pile, okay, and we say, whoa, you're really doing good. Give them the affirmation. They're freaking out. Scoop up everything, however you want to scoop. Everything above, below the Queen Diamonds. flip it over, you flipped over the orientation, then spread everything out, and look, all the red cards and all the black cards. They see that, you predicted every one. And then they're just awestruck. Everyone's mind blown. And you did it without much effort, which is just wonderful. That's what makes it so powerful and seemingly commercial, even though I know it can't really, you know, for faster effects, this is hard to put in there. But it's just one really good one to have in your back pocket, either for that one spectator you really want to blow away, or maybe Magician's Night Out because it's a unique version of Out of This World that's really nice. And one final thing I wanted to note is that this is a huge improvement because the original way could actually be done impromptu. So I could actually shuffle them on up. Shuffle, shuffle, shuffle. And the original method you could do impromptu because you just take out one red card, one black card, okay? And the original method involved you being able to pull out all the red cards, let's say, in this case, and then you just turn it and you just deal face down. So you have to go through it, turn one up, they say red or black, and then you have to go through the entire pack, which is more time consuming, adds more time to it. I'm just like, why not just casually give half with it? You don't know if half, you just shuffle on up, give it to them, they mix on up. It seems more randomized, quicker, faster, and gets the point across. So, I don't know, I just thought the handle I gave was more efficient in what we needed to do, ultimately. But again, this is Sean's Out of This World, this is Sean's effect. I barely added one touch to an otherwise amazing effect that Sean had came up with, and that's the first we've done it. We've done this trick, gosh, I want to say for like 10 years. At least 10 years. Sean's known about it probably for longer, but it's been one that's been there for a while. I keep on forgetting to film this, and I just really want to give something back to the community. So this is just great. So with that said, feel free to like, feel free to share, subscribe. If you always want to learn magic, and this seems a little bit complicated, but you really want to learn and have an entire magic act and blow people's minds, then definitely check the link down below. And with that said, wishing everyone a wonderful day.